Hey there, everyone, and good Thursday evening. It's the 18th day of April 2019, and this is Weather for Weather Geeks, the video that's geared towards weather enthusiasts, those who are really interested in weather, or those who just need a really detailed forecast that you can't get on an app and on TV and in the usual venues. So let's get to it this evening. 78 was our high today. A couple of degrees shy of 80, but 78 was our forecast today, and this was our warmest day since October 10th, so it's been 6 months and about a week or so since we've been as warm as we were today. I showed you this last evening, but in case you missed it, we're getting into the time of the year in which an 80-degree reading wouldn't be surprising at all. In fact, last year we had an 80 on April 13th, despite April overall being quite chilly last year. The 30-year average first 80-degree temperature is coming up in a few days on April the 22nd. All right, we had a beautiful day overall today, but we had some wind, and we did actually have some sneaky downpours right around midday. These had some thunder and lightning, especially in Columbiana County around the Lisbon area. A couple of strokes of lightning up through Columbiana, East Palestine area, heading over into Lawrence County at about noon or so. A couple of quick downpours around Youngstown and up towards Niles as well, but these were pretty quick hitters. Once these got out of the way, the rest of the afternoon was just fine, but it was pretty windy out there. These are the gusts at the Youngstown Warren Airport. We had some peak gusts well up into the 30s early on this afternoon. Chris Sarinelli and I were playing golf earlier on today, and I can attest to that wind. I'm going to blame the wind for my golf swing today. I hope that's okay. All right, so we had a pretty nice day overall today. We have a nice evening. It feels like summer outside this evening, but we do have some changes coming our way. This is a cold front off to our west. Now, this is a sluggish front. It's going to take a while for it to arrive, and so I think it's going to be until the wee hours of Friday morning, and more so into the daylight hours on Friday, before we see much in the way of shower activity. In the meantime, severe weather, as expected, ongoing down in parts of the deep south this evening, where tornado watch is out, and there's been a lot of severe weather reports since daybreak today. 7 tornado reports, mostly in Mississippi. Lots of flash flooding problems and some scattered wind damage and hail as well. All right, as we head into our Friday, now there's been some model trends over the last 24 to 36 hours, trending less wet and also warmer for both Friday and Saturday than it looked like earlier on in the week, because it looks like the low pressure system will be a little bit farther to the west, and that will allow the warmth to kind of stay kind of in place for a little bit longer, and also will allow for kind of a dry slot to try to work in from time to time, both Friday and Saturday. Now, Friday, there can be a shower at any point. It wouldn't surprise me if it tries to rain at any point on Friday. If we get a thunderstorm in spots, it's most likely mid to late afternoon. Higher chances of that, I think, to our east, and we'll talk more about the thunderstorm threat with our next graphic. Here's the hour-by-hour rain chances. 60% chances through early afternoon, then we'll bump it up to 70% for the rest of the day. Now, this is kind of a broad brush approach. Surely we're going to fine-tune this some as we get into the day tomorrow. But the bottom line is our rain chances never peak at 90 or 100% at this point for tomorrow in our forecast. I think there's just too much dry air that's going to try to get involved and kind of shut down the showers from time to time. All right, severe weather risk. The Storm Prediction Center last night did include eastern Ohio, western PA in the low-end risk of a severe thunderstorm for the afternoon on Friday. I kind of think maybe they overcorrected a little bit. I kind of think the low-end risk is more like this, maybe up to the West Virginia Panhandle. That being said, would a rumble of thunder surprise me at all tomorrow? No, it wouldn't surprise me. And I can't rule out a feisty thunderstorm, but showing you the parameters here, none of them are very impressive. Supercell parameter higher to our east, and even it's not very high. The tornado parameter is very, very low. There's some wind shear in the atmosphere on Friday, but not much in the way of instability. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some pea-sized hail if a thunderstorm gets tall enough in the sky before the end of the afternoon. And the wind threat, even though the model doesn't show much here, that's probably about equal with the hail threat. They're all on the lower end of the spectrum. This is not going to be the kind of day we just had on Sunday. So that is some good news. Something to keep an eye on, but I'm not too concerned about severe weather for Friday. Rainfall totals. All right, so there's a pretty big spread here, no surprise. There's still a fair amount of model uncertainty as to the exact details of the configuration of this system. Where's the low? Where's the warm front? Where's the cold front? And so you see a wide variety in precipitation amounts as a result. 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, pretty likely, I think, as a range. We'll be able to tighten up that range as we get into the day tomorrow. Easter forecast hasn't changed much. I do think it'll be a pretty cloudy morning on Easter. Some sunshine will try to work in for the afternoon. Now, 62 is about as warm as I can see it. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if the clouds hung on longer, if it was a little cooler than this on Easter Sunday. But still, overall, a better day than Friday and Saturday. And I like what I see in the longer range as well. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook, similar to graphics I've shown you over the last couple of days. Promised you this evening I'd show you the long-range European model, a fresh batch of modeling here, and it shows pretty warm-looking weather map through the end of April. Now, you know, if you're a regular viewer of this video, I show you this long-range European stuff sometimes, and I show it because it has a pretty good track record. Now, that being said, its track record in recent months has not been all that great, and in fact, it's had a pretty cold bias in the longer range, especially, say, weeks 3 and 4. This runs out 46 days, and especially in weeks 3 and 4, it seems to have a cold bias. So you're going to see some blues showing up here as we get into the second week of May. I would put this at a low confidence rating right now as far as how much of this I believe. Just the track record of this model has not been great. It shows, not a lot of warmth during May, and I am not sure that's the right idea at all. As far as its precipitation outlook, doesn't show much of a signal for the next 46 days as far as above or below average precipitation. Definitely a stronger signal down here, but kind of a mixed message up here. So the Climate Prediction Center put out their initial May outlook today, showing a warm month of May for the eastern U.S., and I concur with that at this early stage. Kind of think what I just showed you on the European is too cool looking during the month of May. We'll do an official May forecast coming up in about 10 days or so. Thanks for checking out tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks video of a Friday evening edition of this video, coming your way same time, same place on Friday.